Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified Doctor of Naturopathy, Dr. Stephen Cabral, shares with you exactly how you can reverse aging, take back your health, and live a life full of energy and passion, with new 20-minute episodes every single day to keep you healthy and engaged. Now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
All right, everybody, we are back. Brand new week on the Cabral Concept. This is the Mindset and Motivation Monday show of the week. I'm excited to get into what I'm calling a new, or at least new to this show, 3-part manifestation formula. So this is when you are going after your goals. You're looking to say, how can I reach my ultimate potential? How can I reach my goals, my hopes, my dreams, all the things that I desire in this world as quickly as humanly possible? Now, I'm not a big believer in shortcuts. I'm not a big believer in hype. I'm really not. But I am a true believer in the be, do, get formula. And I have lots of podcasts really detailing that. But what I want people to do is actually become what their goal is, right? You need to literally become the person that you feel is worthy of receiving that goal. Because for the most part, that's the biggest difference right now between those that have already achieved and you, is you don't actually feel, you don't actually know, you don't know what that goal is when you've actually achieved it. And you need to get there as quickly as possible. But how do you do that, right? How do you do it if you've never achieved the goal? Because if you achieve the goal, why would you set it as your current goal, right? That doesn't make any sense. So what I want to do is go through a simple 3-part formula. Some of it you'll definitely have known before. I hope one of them is a big differentiator that maybe you haven't done already. And if you add this in, it's going to make it seem much more real that much faster. So the first part of the formula is this. You need to put up images. You've probably heard this before. Right? And the reason is that you need to put images of your goal in front of you. The reason is that we humans are visual in terms of how we typically associate ourselves with our environment and our goals. Let me give you an example. Most people, when you give them a word like elephant, right, you start to immediately think about what an elephant looks like. You say a cup of coffee. Your mind goes to what a cup of coffee looks like, because the words themselves have no real meaning until you place them onto an object, right? And so elephant, okay, there we go. We've got this animal. All right, we're all set to go. Cup of coffee, now we know what that looks like. It's there. So what I'm saying to you is that the image that you look at already conjures up what you need to do in order to make that goal happen, at least the first part, and that's the feeling, right? So what you do is you put up images of the happy family that you want, the great relationship, the not just finances, but actually like what would your finances do for you? Send your kids to the school that you want, purchase the house, the car, the whatever it is that you're using with your finances, right? And then you might look at, what does health look like to you? Okay, well, maybe it's a photo of you from 10 years ago when you were perfectly healthy. Great, get that photo up on the wall. What if it's someone or something that you're looking to create, in your life? Get that up on the wall. What if it's a certification for a particular real estate agent, or paralegal, or it's a health coach, personal trainer, massage therapist? Put up a certification on the wall. Anything that you can do to then be able to visualize your goals that much faster. Now, I've said this before, but let's not put 1,000 things up, because then how's your mind supposed to focus on 1,000 things? The less, the better, believe it or not. The less definitive goals that you have, the better. Now, you can have lots of images up there. That's great. But what I want you to do is dial it in, really focus in, narrow down on 2 to 3, probably maximum. You can have bigger ones that are out there in life that you want to create, but what are the ones that you want to do now? Like, that's really what I want up. And then maybe even just one. I want one image that you can put up that you're going to see throughout the day. So it might be when you flip open your wallet. That's, again, I don't know how many times you pull out your wallet during the day, but that might be one on a laptop corner. If you're on your laptop all day, okay, you're going to be seeing that quite often. Obviously, in an office that you have, wherever you're spending a lot of time, you want to be able to put up that image. And what the image is supposed to represent is the goal completed. Not the journey to the goal, because you don't want to visualize being on the journey forever, right? Like that's part of the goal setting for sure and goal achievement, but you want the goal achieved. What does it look like when you've achieved that goal? Again, like you become a certified health coach, you get a certificate mailed to you in the mail. Phenomenal, right? You might even take a picture of you. It's a real picture, yes, but it's not a real certificate yet, but you holding the certificate. That's you looking at you holding the certificate. That would be amazing. And then obviously you take the real one when it's come true. So the biggest thing is you create the image, you draw the image, you cut out the image, you just use Google search for the image, you print it out, you put it up on your wall, wherever you want it to be. You look at it at least first thing in the morning and before bed. That's the very least. First thing in the morning, right before bed, and then feel the feeling, which is the secret that most people have left out of the true law of attraction or law of vibration, however you want to call it. And again, we're using real science here. I've talked about it on previous shows. I'm not going through it today, but literally we are vibratory beings. There's many books called Frequencies and others that actually share with you the vibration of or frequency of the human being. Heart Math has done really brilliant work on this for about 30 plus years. Anyway, what we need to do is get you to begin to vibrate, to begin to feel what it would be like to already have achieved that goal. All right, so that's part one. Feeling is the secret, by the way. That's part one, but it's only one of the senses, right? It's literally one. It's not even the touch, it's the seeing, right? So we're using one sense, which is seeing. Now, we move into using more of the senses. This is what you may not have heard about before. Maybe you have, which would be amazing. So this is just reinforcement. That's okay. I want you to be able to share this with others as well, right? That's the goal. So number two is you need to close the distance between you and whatever your goal is. Okay. It doesn't just mean like, sign up for the certification, whatever it is. You need to literally close the distance. So for example, let's say that you want to purchase a car that you've always wanted, right? This is like your dream car. You don't know how you're going to be able to afford it. You don't know how you're going to be able to purchase it, but you would love to have it. Go to the car showroom. Sit inside of the car. Talk with the salesperson about the car. Get a photo of you inside the car. Imagine yourself as you hold the wheel driving it, or take it for a test drive. Make it as real as humanly possible. Here's why. Many of us don't achieve our goals because they seem so far outside of us. But when you are literally holding the steering wheel and taking your dream car for a test drive, you are making that goal real. Literally, you've done what you've wanted to do. You just don't own the car yet, but you're touching the car, right? You smell the toxic, right? The new car smell. You are also visualizing, right? So you're seeing it, you're touching it, you're smelling it, you're using all of the senses. And if you can do that, it will, without a doubt, bring that goal to you that much faster. What happens is, and I'm going to share this in part 3, but you start to just serendipitously, we would call it using the reticular activating system, to begin the universe, the world, God, the creator, all of these things begin to bring these serendipitous events into our life, or at least allow us to think a little bit differently as to how we would then get the car, right? But that's not just it. What about your dream home? Okay, well, there are lots of open houses every single weekend, probably all around your neighborhood. What I would love for you to do, take a drive, go to see some of these houses that interest you. They have the big yard. They might have a pool in the backyard. There are 4 bedrooms, like whatever it is that you're looking for. Go and visualize yourself as you're walking through that open house, which is free. Test driving a car is free, right? These things are free, but they bring you closer to your goal. And it doesn't have to be that exact house. Great if you can make it that, but feel yourself living in that house, right? Literally, sit down on the couch. Right? Like you can actually, as long as you leave the house intact, visualize yourself as you're moving through the open house, living in that house. Amazing way to do it. This can be even going to a place that you believe you're going to meet your future spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, etc. Right? Like go to that, visualize, feel the feeling. And you can use this with anything. Think about going to a health event. Okay, you're going to a health event because you too want to be healthy. So you can literally go to the health event, feel the feelings from all the speakers and their energy teaching you how to become healthy, and you are around some healthy people, some not unhealthy people, but you're visualizing yourself being one of those healthy individuals, right? And so that's what I need you to do is like, you can apply this. I'm just giving you a few examples today, but you are getting yourself around that which you desire. So it's now, instead of it just being on your wall, which is amazing, two-dimensional, right? 2D is great, but now you're seeing it in 3D. Not only are you seeing it, but you're using your other senses, which again is so overlooked. Smell, I don't know if you can do taste for all of these, but you know what it tastes like, right? And go through all these different senses. Even the sixth sense of like, it's here, it's now, right? It's part of you. Think about that. It's an amazing way to, as a second part of your visualization and goal manifestation formula. Now, the third part is this, and I kind of shared a little bit with you, but you put it up on the wall. You're still going to do that every day. You can't go to an open house every day. You can't, maybe touch the certificate every day. You can't sit in the car every day, but you can see that thing every day. Now, what you can do is this, is you can be ready and open to how the world, God, the universe, is going to bring this into your life. Now, usually it looks like an obstacle, challenge, or opportunity. It's typically not handed to you, right? That's not usually how these things work. It is something new or old that comes back around into your life that will then allow you serendipitously to manifest this in your life. And oftentimes it takes work. There's no doubt about that. So what you need to do is begin to take immediate action. Now, you might say, but I don't know what to take immediate action on. Take immediate action on anything. Literally anything that would bring you closer to your goal. That's it. So again, if it was the car, you're just literally going to call the showroom today and you're going to say, hey, do you have this car in? I'm thinking about purchasing it. Now, you're thinking about purchasing it. May not happen this month, but it is true, right? And then you then set up a date to go sit in the car. Okay, so like that's the first step. It's just take immediate action. Show the world that you're serious, that you're not sitting back, that you are an active participant in your goals. If it's health, buy the book, listen to the podcast, read the program, take the course, take the certification, hire the coach, hire the doctor, hire the IHP, whatever works for you. Take immediate action. Just take immediate action doing something free, low cost, high cost, whatever gets you to then take the next step. Because the next step follows the first step. You don't always know what the second step is. That's why you need to take immediate action. Sometimes not even just one thing, many things, and then that thing not so serendipitously comes into your life because you put forward the work. Again, I love sharing the Amish quote, as you pray, move your feet, right? So nice to ask God and the universe for that which you desire, and you should, but do your part. Help to bring it into this world, this three-dimensional plane, right, as quickly as possible. Take immediate action and take imperfect action. I don't want anyone here thinking that they need to be perfect. There's no way you can be perfect. Just sharing that with you. None of us are perfect, but also, if you don't already know what you need to do, the likelihood that you do it perfectly well is very, very low. Good. Now that we know that, take imperfect action as quickly as possible so you can find out what the next step is. You can also find out what you did wrong. You can begin to recalibrate. You can then get back on track. You'll make more mistakes. The faster you make them, the better. I tell to my team all the time because we figure out what doesn't work. Then we get to what does work at a much faster pace. When you figure out what does work, hitting your goals are inevitable. It's literally just a matter of time, right? So the more time that you put in making mistakes and taking imperfect immediate action, the faster you ultimately get to your goals. This is the three-part manifestation formula. First, visualize it, and then get those visuals up on your wall. The second, use all of the senses. That means close the distance. Get you to that location as quickly as possible, right? Whatever you can do, whatever that looks like, feel it in the three-dimensional world. And then the third part of this is take immediate imperfect action in order to allow the world, the universe, God, to bring these things into your life through challenges, obstacles, and hopefully opportunities. Hopefully today's show was helpful. If it was, do feel free to share this show with anyone you believe it could serve. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing day. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.